Okay, today's topic is about explanation text atau teks penjelasan. Ya, I'm going to share the screen with you. Okay, and okay, here we go. Okay, by definition, explanation text is a text which tells the processes relating to forming of natural, social, scientific, and cultural phenomena. It is often found in science, geography, and history textbooks. Okay, as you can see here, these pictures are aurora, and volcano eruption and tornado. So, in some way, explanation text, is almost similar to procedure text, hampir sama dengan text procedure, but procedure text, explains how we do something. That's procedure text. That procedure text explains how we do something, but explanation text explains how something happens or exists. Jadi sebenarnya kalau prosedur itu bagaimana cara kita melakukan sesuatu, tapi kalau explanation bagaimana sesuatu itu terjadi, ya. Beda situ. Okay, we are going to study about procedure text in the next lesson. Okay. Now, as for the generic structure, okay, you can see here, it begins with a general statement that is stating the phenomenon, issues which are to be explained. Dimulai dengan pernyataan umum, ya, yang menetapkan fenomena, isu fenomena yang harus dijelaskan. And after that, it is followed by sequence of explanation, a sequence explanation. That is stating a series of steps which explains the fenomena. Jadi setelah itu dijelaskan dengan langkah-langkah yang menjelaskan fenomena tersebut. And what is the purpose? Explanation text is a text which tells processes relating to forming of natural, social, scientific, cultural phenomena. This is the purpose. Jadi untuk menjelaskan proses yang berkaitan dengan fenomena budaya, ilmiah, sosial maupun alam, ya, bagaimana terjadinya gempa, bagaimana terjadinya letusan gunung api, bagaimana terjadinya tornado, bagaimana terbentuknya asal muasal misalkan suku Labuan Bajo, ya, atau suku Batak, ya, bagaimana terbentuknya, itu semuanya ada di text explanation. Jadi to explain why something happens, ya. Okay, this is the example of the explanation text, how rain happens. Okay, rain is the primary source of fresh water for most common areas of the world, providing suitable conditions for diverse ecosystems as well as water for hydroelectric power plants and crop irrigation. Jadi, this is the general statement. Ya, jadi hujan itu merupakan sumber primer, ya, kebutuhan air tawar untuk sebagian besar daerah dunia, ya, memberikan kondisi yang sangat cocok untuk ekosistem yang berbeda-beda, sekaligus sebagai air untuk pembangkit listrik tenaga air dan juga irigasi palawija. Okay. The phenomenon of rain is actually a water cycle. The concept, hold on a second. The concept of the water cycle involves the sun heating the earth's surface water and causing the surface water to evaporate. The water vapor rises into the Earth's atmosphere. The water in the atmosphere cools and condenses into liquid droplets. Jadi fenomena itu merupakan suatu perputaran air, ya. Jadi konsepnya itu bermula dengan adanya air, ya, yang kemudian air tersebut dipanaskan oleh sinar matahari, ya. Kemudian menyebabkan air tersebut menguap, ya, evaporate. Kemudian uap air tersebut naik ke permukaan atmosfer bumi. Kemudian di sana itu the water in the atmosphere cools and condenses. Kemudian di sana dia air tersebut berubah menjadi dingin dan mengkondensasi, ya, atau kalau kita katakan mengkristal menjadi butiran-butiran air. The droplets grow until they are heavy and fall to the earth as precipitation, which can be in the form of rain or snow. Jadi setelah berkembang menjadi berat, ya setelah air tersebut berat, kemudian jatuh ke bumi sebagai yang kita namakan sebagai presipitasi, bisa dalam bentuk hujan atau dalam bentuk salju. However, not all rain reaches the surface. Tidak semua hujan itu mencapai permukaan bumi. Some evaporates while falling through dry air. Ada juga kadang-kadangnya droplet tersebut menguap ketika jatuh melalui udara yang kering. Ya, ini kita namakan dengan virga. Jadi fenomena yang sering kita bisa lihat di daerah padang pasir yang tandus dan panas. Ya, ini namanya virga nih. Jadi hujan itu tidak sempat menyentuh permukaan bumi, tetapi langsung menguap. Bagi seorang, they might see it as clouds. Ya, bagi seorang ini bisa dilihat sebagai awan, tetapi ini bukan awan ya. Ini adalah awan virga atau awan hujan. Hujan tersebut tidak sempat jatuh ke bumi, tetapi langsung menguap ke atmosfer bumi. Okay, so it looks like cloud. Yeah, actually it's not cloud. This is rain or precipitation. Okay. Now, does anyone have questions regarding this, regarding text explanation text? Ada yang bertanyakan? Okay. Then if you don't have any questions, you can do the exercises that I have shared through the class captains, ya. Sudah saya sebar melalui ketua kelasnya, ya, dalam bentuk PDF, ya. Silahkan dikerjakan. After this, ya, you can turn off the camera. Okay. After this, we'll go back again to discuss the answers together. Yeah, I'll give you around 15 minutes. Yeah, I think 15 minutes is enough to do the exercise, and after that, we go back again to the Zoom. Yeah, to discuss the answers. Okay. Now you can, for the time being, you can turn off the cameras. Okay, attention everybody. It is 15 minutes already. Now let's see what you have got for the answers, okay? I'm going to share the screen again. Okay, question number 1. What is a zoonotic disease? Does anybody know?
A zoonotic disease is a disease that can be
can raise your hand.
transmitted from
Yeah, Hannah Kalsum.
animals to humans.
Daniel Lee?
Yes.
Okay, wait a second. I couldn't hear the
Yes.
voice.
So a zoonotic disease. Okay, can you hear my voice?
Okay, now can you hear your voice?
Yes.
Yeah.
So a zoonotic disease
Mhm.
is a disease that can be transmitted from animals to a human.
Okay. That is correct. It's a disease which can be transmitted from animals to humans. And what are the characteristics of symptom when coronavirus afflicts its target? Afflicts means here hits, yeah, or attack. Okay, Hannah Kalsum?
They have a runny nose, cough, sore throat, possibly a headache, and maybe a fever, which can last up for a couple of days, similar to a common cold.
Yeah, okay, that is that the target will catch a runny nose, cough, sore throat, possibly headache, or maybe fever, which can last for a couple of days. Okay, these are the characteristics. Okay, when somebody catch COVID-19, runny nose that means ingusan ya, cough batuk-batuk, kemudian apa namanya suara serak ya, tenggorokan sakit tenggorokan, kemudian sakit kepala dan juga demam yang berlangsung hingga beberapa hari. Okay, who are most likely to catch the virus spread? Okay, Malia Citra.
They are those with a weakened immune system, the elderly, and the very young person.
Okay, those are with the weakened immune system, the elderly, and the very young. Ya, jadi yang sistem imunnya tubuhnya lemah, kemudian lansia dan juga yang muda ya, yang maksudnya bayi ya. Okay, number 4. Anybody wants to answer these questions? Okay, Nora Taufik. What animals transmit the following diseases? SARS transmitted by what animals?
Is transmitted by civet cats. MERS is transmitted by camels, and COVID-19 is transmitted by bats.
Oh, MERS by camels, yeah. Not SARS by camels. Oh,
no, SARS by civet cats.
SARS by civet cats. Okay, so MERS by camels. Okay, terbalik ya. And COVID-19? Unknown animals, yeah. Not animals known.
I mean, if we go by the status quo, then yeah, bats. But if we go by the text, it's unknown.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, some people the COVID-19 is transmitted by bats. Some others say by unknown animals. Okay, jadi tinggal ditukar aja ya. So SARS is by civet cats, MERS by camels. Okay, hold on a second. Civet cats. And by camels. Do you know civet cats? What is civet cats? Those who like drinking coffee must know what civet cats are. Civet cats are luwak, kopi luwak. Ya, jadi penggemar kopi luwak ya ternyata dia menularkan penyakit MERS ya. Penyakit SARS, penyakit SARS. Luwak. Mungkin, I don't know ya, I don't know. This may be a business trick so that people will not drink luwak coffee anymore. Okay, next questions. Okay, how is coronavirus transmitted among humans? Anybody wants to answer these questions? Yeah, you can raise your hand. Okay, Daniel, yeah. How is coronavirus transmitted among humans?
Yes, so it can be transmitted among humans by contact with an infected person's secretions, such as droplets in a cough.
Yeah, okay. So it
And
happens
then
when
you can also,
yeah, when someone comes into contact with an infected person's secretions, such as droplets in cough, ya, in a cough. Jadi ketika bersentuhan dengan seseorang yang terkena penyakit tersebut, kemudian dropletnya mengenai orang yang bersentuhan tersebut, ya. Okay, besides human contact, what are other ways the virus can be transmitted to humans? Okay, Andrea.
Touching something that the infected person touched, and then touching your eyes, mouth, and nose.
Yeah. So that is, the virus can also be transmitted by touching something an infected person has touched, dan touching your mouth, nose, or eyes. Ya, oke. Jadi bisa ditransmisikan dengan menyentuh sesuatu yang telah disentuh orang terkena virus tersebut. Setelah itu kita menyentuh our mouth, nose, and eyes. So that's how virus can be infected in another way. Okay, what does the finding say about the human age in relation to the virus transmission? Okay, Benika.
The virus transmission mostly happens to older people, like around 40 or over.
Yeah, it is around 40 or over, ya. Jadi people over age 40 are most likely to catch the virus. Okay, now there is an extra questions in the question that I have shared through the class captain. During the pandemic, what your efforts, what have you done to protect you and your friends, your family from catching the virus? Apa yang kalian lakukan selama pandemi ini supaya kalian tidak terkena virus tersebut? Oke, Nabil?
Stay at home, wear mask, and social distancing, sir.
Okay, you stay at home and then you mask. When you go outside, you keep social distance with other people. Okay, what? Anybody wants to add comment? Okay, Hannah Kalsum.
Keep a healthy lifestyle by eating healthy meal and keep the house clean and your surrounding.
Okay, keeping the house clean surrounding and by eating a healthy meal. Okay. Well, everyone, I think that's enough for today. Yeah, that's about our text today. That's the explanation text. Okay, and we have talked about the coronavirus and also have talked about how rain happens. Okay, and for the next meeting, we are going to deal with grammar, your favorite subject. Okay, thank you for coming, everybody, and see you next week. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, you can leave the room.
Terima kasih, Pak.
Yeah, okay, welcome.
thank you very much.
Yeah.
Sir, I want to ask, ini dikumpulin nggak?
Gak usah kan, udah kita bahas kan? Gak usah ya.
Thank you,
sir.
Ya.
Terima kasih, Pak.
Oke.
Arigato.
Terima kasih, Pak.
Okay, you're welcome.